Good morning. This is how I start every single day out here on my back patio. So I'll wake up, usually because Dex the cat is sitting on me demanding that I wake up and be petted. I couldn't sleep in even if I wanted to because he'll wake me up. Then I get up and I turn on the coffee pot, go back into the bedroom, let Lucy out of her crate, turn the sink water on for Dex because he likes to drink out of the sink. If you're a cat person, you'll know what I'm talking about. Some cats just like to do that, and he does. And then we all come out to the patio, and it's so funny because the dog and the cat, Lucy and Dex, will be standing at the patio door waiting for me to open it up because they know this is the place to be in the morning. You know, I have a bird feeder over here. I'll try to give you guys a picture of that in a minute, and everything all set up. So I'll come out here with my coffee in the morning, and this is where I'll spend the first 2.5 hours of my day. I'll do some work on the computer, check my email, get anything done on the internet that I need to get done, drink my coffee, usually go out to my little container garden and check things out. It's just such a lovely way to start the day. And I have always been a huge fan of outdoor living. When I lived in Mexico, and I've lived in Mexico, I think 4 or 5 times now, one of the things that I just loved about the houses there is there's so many outdoor rooms. I even stayed in houses that had outdoor kitchen areas. So one wall, the wall attached to the house that was indoors, would have all the kitchen stuff, and then it was just an open patio from there. I love the concept of living outdoors, and with this outdoor patio I can do that, and I just am adoring it. I think right now, based on my 6 or 7 weeks here in Florida, I would really miss it if I didn't have an outdoor patio space. And I don't know if I could do it anymore. I've lived in the snow, I've lived in warmer weather. I seem to really prefer tropical climates. And here where I am in Florida, I'm in Central Florida. This weather reminds me a whole lot of the weather in Tulum, Mexico, which is on the Caribbean. I actually lived in Tulum for several months, loved the weather there, and this is very similar. We're heading into the summer now, and we're getting the afternoon rain, which I love. Right now it's super sunny and there's a little bit of a breeze. It's kind of a mellow temperature, a little bit humid, but not a lot. And my guess is by this afternoon, we're going to have a cloud cover, maybe a little bit of rain, and then it clears up in the evening. Is lovely. So this seems to really agree with me. I don't mind the heat at all. I know a lot of people, it's just not their cup of tea. For me, I'm done with the snow. I've just done snow a lot now, and I think I'm done. And I'm ready for a little bit of tropical climate right now, which is exactly what I have. So loving my mornings here in Florida. It's just the best way to start the day. One of the reasons I scampered down here to Florida so quickly is I knew I had a limited amount of time to get my early summer garden in. And I really wanted to get things started, which I did right away after I got here. One of the first things I did, even before I started unpacking the boxes, is I put in my container garden. As you can see, my tomatoes are doing really well. So I actually planted way more tomatoes than I need just because I love them so much, and they're a great thing to give away to people when you go visit. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then back here 4 cherry tomato plants, and they're all doing aces. I'm getting ripe tomatoes every day, you can see down here, and the plants are happy and healthy. I do have one standard size tomato. He's right back here. The reason I only put in one standard size is I don't eat them as much as cherries, and they take a lot more sun, and I wasn't sure how long the season was going to be before it just gets too doggone hot, and these tomato plants are going to give up the ghost because it's too warm. I did put in one cucumber plant, and I finally, look, have a cucumber. I am so excited about this. This plant is doing really well, but I'm not getting a lot of fruit. The same thing is true of my zucchini plant right here, which is going absolutely nowhere. This is so curious to me because in California, oh my gosh, if you turn your back on a zucchini plant, that thing turns into a Volkswagen. This one just is not taking off, and I did a little bit of research into the plant itself. In other words, I looked at the blooms, and I realized I only have male blooms on this particular plant because I don't have a lot of pollinators out here right now. This is a new construction area, so a lot of the pollinators probably took off when they started grading the land and haven't come back quite yet. I am doing what I can to increase the pollinator community in my backyard. I have a couple of these milkweeds which really attract butterflies. I have put up my bird feeder, which of course attracts the birds, and just other little critters and insects that I hope are going to be attracted to the backyard. I think once I have more pollinators out here, my backyard container garden is just going to thrive as a result. There is the possibility, if I get some female flowers on this zucchini plant, that I could hand pollinate just with a little paintbrush, which I am prepared to do. But my hope is that as time goes on, this container garden is going to really expand to almost probably more than half of the patio, and I'll have a significant amount of my vegetables growing in my backyard. So I'm thrilled about that. This morning I've got some repotting to do. Some of the plants that are in the patio area, some people call it a lanai, some people call it a bird cage, some people call it a Florida room. I just call it the patio. But I've got some plants that I want to replant this morning. I'm going to do it while it's cooler. My elephant ear, you can see the pot he's in is pretty doggone small. I imagine he's root bound in there, so I'm going to give him some freedom. This mint plant, mint is generally so vigorous and my plant is struggling. I'm going to go ahead and replant that today and then cut it back in probably a week or two when it's had a chance to not be so shocked from moving to a new container. And then I have a couple of other little plants that are still in the pots that I purchased from the Home Depot or wherever I got them, and I'm going to go ahead and put those in pots this morning. Believe it or not, my garage is a lot more organized than it was. I've been working in here the last couple of days. It was filled with boxes and other stuff. I've got my kayak all organized. This is probably where I'm going to leave it on the floor. And I do need to pull it out onto the grass and really scrub it down because it was outside in South Carolina, so it's pretty doggone dirty. And newsflash, I have another kayak coming in the mail. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to show you guys in a couple of weeks. It's going to solve some problems for me, I think. In addition, I am putting together, you can see it's in process, this electric bike. Getting it out of the box was interesting. The box is over there because it's heavy, and I'm going to take it step by step. I'm going to do maybe the handlebars one day and then the tire the next day. And I haven't even read the directions yet. What I would really love if some, cute man with tools would show up and put it together for me. That would be absolutely charming. Wouldn't that be everyone's dream? And here's the little pretty over 50 mobile that we're about to hop into. So coffee's been had. It's time to go throw around some heavy stuff. I am done for today. Now I'm gonna go home and take a shower and put on my swimsuit and go to the pool and relax a little bit. So Lori and I made it to the driveway party. It was a bit of a challenge because it's a ways away from my place and the directions were iffy, but here we are and you can see it right behind me here. This is something that is really common in the villages, is driveway parties. They are big here and they do everything from having barbecues to potlucks to ordering food trucks. It's really quite the little deal. This is Lori and I's first driveway party. This is vinyl themed. Like I said earlier, bring your records. They're going to play some vinyl. So the gal that invited me, Sheila, she sent me her picture so I know what she looked like, and she was wearing a Rolling Stones t-shirt. So we like her already. Anyway, this is the party. We're about ready to go in. We're going to take you guys along with us. With Sheila and Dixie. Say hi, Dixie. Hello. Sheila is the hostess with the mostest who invited me to this driveway party. Thank you so much. You know, she's a viewer and she found out that I was living here, sent me an email and invited me, and I'm like, I don't know. So Lori and I talked with her about it and I thought, I don't know anybody. Everyone is so friendly. We're having so much fun. So tell us what gave you the idea for this party.
So I followed Jerry and Linda, other YouTubers as well, for about 3 years before we came down here, and I heard about driveway parties and I thought that sounds like a great way to get to know your neighbors. And everybody here is new. We like to think of ourselves as the Newell kids on the block.
Oh, that's cute.
So
yeah.
It's a good way to meet our neighbors. So that's life.
Yeah. It's such a cute party. It's such a cute theme, and you can see everyone's having fun. We've already had people come up and introduce themselves. It's just been wonderful. So thank you so much for including me.
So glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too.
Yeah, the Newell newbies.
the Newell newbies. This is the village of Newell, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. There are so many different neighborhoods in this area and so much to get to know. I think you could spend 10 years and still find new things. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. All right.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to show you guys around the rest of the party. Lori just dropped me off from our driveway party. That was so much fun. So much fun. Just the nicest group of people and just a great get together. The Villages is made up of little villages. Each village has its own name, and that was the village of Newell. Sheila and her husband Gil were like the 5th people to move into the little village of Newell, and so they have watched all the other couples move in over the months and have gotten to know all of them. So it was really neat to see all the neighbors drive their golf carts down or walk down and come to this little driveway party sit around and talk, have some food, send some drinks, and listen to some music. Just so friendly and fun. And what it reminded me of, and you guys will get this, you'll understand this because we were raised in the 50s and the 60s, is that it felt like what America used to be. When you knew your neighbors, they were the people you hung out with, everybody understood each other, supported each other, knew each other's lives, and just had a sense of relationship and community with their neighborhood. It really was so very sweet, and Lori and I both had a great time. We were talking about it on the way home, that the sense of community that they have in the village of Newell is really special. So Sheila and Gil, thank you so much for including both Lori and I. We had a great time. I met a lot of great people. Actually, several viewers as well recognized me, which was it's always so fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You guys know it means the world to me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.